Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adeze Adoaka. If you're new here, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below. And if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you learned a lot from it. And don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing how to overcome procrastination. Now, no matter how disciplined you are, no matter how put together you are, I know that at least for once, you must have been faced with, procrastinating on different things that you need to do or you're supposed to do. I'm a victim of it. I mean, I struggle with procrastination a lot of times, and that is why I decided to make this video today. For instance, this video that I'm shooting now, I almost moved it to, next week. There are times when I come and say, okay, I want to release, YouTube videos back to back. I keep doing it. And then I release one this month. And then before I release another one, it's like 2-3 months. And that's why I'm not growing. That's why I can see that, okay, things are not really flowing well, up in here. And you see, these are the reasons why you need to overcome procrastination. It is not a good thing, trust me. Now, what really is procrastination? Procrastination is the act of delaying tasks despite knowing the negative consequences. Like that if you don't do this at a certain time, that it is going to affect something else, or it's going to make you delay, or it's going to spoil something for you, but you go ahead and you still lay back and you don't do it. So you're delaying this task, you're delaying these duties, when you know that when you do that, it will have a negative effect or a negative consequence. That is what procrastination is all about. Now, there are different reasons why people procrastinate. It could be as a result of fear of failure, lack of motivation, and sometimes you just feeling overwhelmed. Now, there's this fear of failure that comes to you when you know you have a big task ahead of you. There are also people who lack motivation. They don't have people around them to encourage them. And sometimes things get really ambiguous for you. Like you feel like things are just all up on your face, and then you just procrastinate. You just lay back and like, nah, I can't deal with this today. So these are the reasons why some of us procrastinate, right? It happens in our daily lives, in our day-to-day activities. Sometimes, you just want to lay back on some things that you planned to do a long time ago and keep procrastinating. It's a terrible thing. And that's why I'm going to be sharing ways to overcome procrastination. Now, the first tip is for you to set specific goals. Some people say set goals, but I would say set specific goals. Now, if for instance you want to start a business or you're looking for a job, that should be a goal. I am looking for a job at so place, at so company. That's a specific goal. Or I want to work here in the next 2-3 years. That's a specific goal. Or I want to be a TV presenter working with maybe a Rise News channel in 2022. That is a specific goal. You cannot just wake up and say as a TV presenter that you just want to work with any TV station, that you just want to work with any TV station. There's no specific TV station you want to work with. There's no time frame as to which you want to work in that particular TV station. That is not a specific goal. So for instance, also if you want to start a business, it has to be specific. What kind of business do you want to start? When do you want to start that business? That is a specific goal. So it helps you, not procrastinate, because this is where you're going. This is a goal that I want to achieve at so time. And so you're working towards that specific goal. But then when there are too many things in your head, maybe you want to work as a TV presenter, you want to start a business, there is no goal. There's nothing specific about all these things that you've written. It just makes you tired quickly. It makes you even forget. Sometimes you're even confused. So when you have specific goals, it really helps you overcome procrastination. Now, the second tip will be for you to break down your goals. Some of us have very unrealistic goals. I know some people wake up and say, I want to be a billionaire in 3 days. They even sell books, how to become a billionaire in 5 days. It is, for me, it is very unrealistic. I'm not saying things like this don't happen. If you win a lottery, fantastic, but for me it's unrealistic. So don't have a goal that is too big. I know some motivational speakers will come out and tell you, oh, there is no goal that is not too big for you. They're deceiving you. There are goals that are just very, very big and ambiguous. It makes you procrastinate, to be honest. If you have big goals, you can always break them down into smaller goals. I'll give you an example. If you want to become a millionaire or a billionaire, what are the goals that you are setting to achieve that? How do you intend to make that money? You have to break it down. For instance, I want to work in an oil company that pays so and so million, right? This is a specific and a smaller goal that you want to achieve. How do you achieve it? Oh, you're going to write a CV to so companies. So when they respond to me, I get paid salary every week. I save, and then before you know it, I become, a millionaire or a billionaire or whatever. That is a specific goal. It is small. It looks small, but then it is achievable, right? If you write all these big goals, they will look very unachievable for you. And you feel so overwhelmed. You're like, how am I going to become a billionaire now in 1 week? It's too much. I don't think it's possible. It makes you procrastinate. You now, hold yourself back because you feel like that goal is unattainable. But when you break it down into smaller goals, into smaller steps, it helps you because you're going to take it one step at a time. Right? I'm gradually turning into a motivational speaker. But anyways, that's the second tip. Break down all those goals. Don't set unrealistic goals. Break down those specific goals that you have into smaller parts so that it can be easier for you to achieve. Now, after setting the specific goals, after breaking down these goals, the next thing will be for you to create a plan. A plan helps, time management. It helps keep you organized. So it is important to create a plan to achieve these goals. You cannot just have goals and there's no plan to achieve it. I'll be giving an example with someone who wants to work in an oil company or someone who wants to start a business. You want to start a business. What is your plan? What kind of business do you want to start? How do you intend to achieve, starting that business? There has to be a plan. For instance, okay, I want to open up a salon, for example, or I want to start up selling phone accessories. What is the plan? How do you intend having this product with you? How do you intend opening up a salon? Have you learned the art of, plating or hairdressing? Have you done that? If you've done that, how do you intend to get the capital to open up a salon? This is plan. This is planning, and then you tell yourself, I want to achieve this in a month. I want to achieve this in a week. I want to achieve this in, it could also be you planning even down to what you eat, down to, going to the gym. This is not just about business and not all about work. It could be your daily life that you can procrastinate on. For example, some of us have said we want to go to the gym. Every week we keep postponing. I want to go to the gym this month. That month will come and pass, you won't go. Next month you want to go to the gym. That month will come and you just come and pass because there is no plan. You haven't planned yourself well. Maybe you get so overwhelmed at work and you know that you have to get to work at 7 o'clock every morning and you come back by 5 p.m. and you're so exhausted, you're so tired. If there is no plan to incorporate your gym time into your time of work, there is no way you ever go to the gym. That's the truth. You can even decide and plan and say, okay, every Saturday when I'm not going to work, that is when I'm going to go to the gym. Maybe after having my morning rest, my weekend rest, I go to the gym. Or after I go to the gym, I come back and I have the full day to myself and I rest. That is a plan. Somehow you've incorporated that gym time into your daily life and it's not messing up with work. So, but if there is no plan, you just keep saying, I will go to the gym, I'll go to the gym. There is no plan for it because you already know that, at so time, you cannot make it to the gym during the week. So why not move it to the weekends? So there should be a plan. Even down to what you eat, there should be a plan on how you want to achieve, eating healthy food, incorporate into your meal. Planning is very important. You can have goals to lose weight and then there is no plan. And that's why people create things like meal plan, right? So that you can eat so in the morning, eat this in the afternoon, eat this for dinner. That's a plan. That's why there's something called a meal plan. So after creating all these goals, you need a plan. If not, you keep procrastinating. So it is important to have a plan to achieve your specific goals. Now, prioritizing and time management is very, very important if you really want to overcome procrastination. You cannot want to overcome procrastination and you do not prioritize your needs, your wants, your daily life, your daily activities, and you do not know how to manage time. Timing is very, very important. If you don't know how to manage time, forget about it. You will keep procrastinating. You keep procrastinating. It's very time. What? For someone like me, it's not a good thing, right? But I always go late to things. And it's not a good thing because I don't manage my time well. That is one fault that I know that I have. So if you know that you're someone who has that fault of not managing time well, you need to make time management a habit for you. Alarms are my thing. It's like I have an alarm for when I do everything now. The only thing I don't have an alarm for is when I want to breathe. Because if I don't do it, my time is going to be messed up. And if I have like 3 tasks to do in a day, I might end up not doing any one. And that's how procrastination starts. If you don't manage your time well, time will keep passing you by. Like you keep planning, you keep having these goals, but you will never achieve them because you haven't used your time well. If you're supposed to do like 4 or 5 things in a day, you may end up not doing any one at all. And before you know it, you postpone it to next month. Before you know it, the next year. Before you know it, you didn't achieve anything that year at all. So time management is always very important. It's not just about setting goals. How do you manage your time? Aside time management, you need to learn how to prioritize. It is important that you put things that are very, very, or at the utmost importance to you first before you do other things. Is losing weight important to you? That should be one of the first goals that you should put first. You need to prioritize that. So when you know that, okay, it is very important that I lose this weight. I don't want to be, I don't want to carry this weight to the next month. I don't want to be this way. I want to start fitting into my clothes, right? Then you make losing weight a priority. Once you make it a priority to you, in your head every time, when you look at yourself, you know that, I need to go to the gym at so time. I need to make sure I eat healthy and all of that. So you making things your priority will help you not procrastinate, because you know that this is very, very important to you. In fact, it's the most important than any other goal that you need to achieve. So it's also easier to achieve goals that way when you prioritize some things, because you do those ones first and then you give yourself, a thumbs up and say, okay, yeah, I was able to at least do these ones that, were very, very important to me, than wanting to do everything at the same time. So just focus on your priorities more, deal with them, and then go back to do other things later. Now, another tip I'm going to be sharing on how to overcome procrastination would be for you to avoid perfectionism. A lot of us just want to be perfect, and I'm here to tell you today that you do not have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect, not even me. Nobody's perfect. To be honest, there's nobody who is perfect. So avoid killing yourself, avoid beating yourself up because you're not able to achieve certain things. Because the more you want to be perfect, the more you would keep making mistakes. Because then when you fail and you feel like you're a failure or you're not doing things well, then every of your goal that year, you step back on it. And let me tell you something, you're going to fail in some things, not everything. But then that's how you learn. That's how you become better at what you do. If you don't fail, you're not going to learn. There's so many people who have thought starting a business is easy, or maybe going into the real estate market is easy. Once I enter, I'll just talk to 2 or 3 clients. Before you know it, I've sold. It doesn't work that way. There are people that will stress you out, clients that will stress you out. You will come to a site, visit it like 15 times, and they still haven't decided that they want to buy that property from you. Now, if maybe that happens to you once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and you feel like a failure, you won't want to go back to work. You feel, I'm not good at this, so I can't continue. But then there are some people who have been in the real estate business for a long time and haven't closed even a single deal. But that one deal that they close changes everything. So you do not have to strive to be perfect. There's some people who maybe they go to the gym to lose weight and maybe they expect that the changes will happen in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There are some people who lay back down and then don't go for a week, a month, 2 months. It doesn't matter. Just get back and do it again. I mean, time waits for no one, yeah? But then all this time is still yourself. It is yourself. It is for you. You're doing it for you. So do it at your own pace. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't have to be perfect at anything you do. When you fail, you rise back up and try to succeed again. So being over perfect or trying to be so perfect would make you keep procrastinating, because you feel like you're not doing so well. So what's the point? Why do I have to, put in so much energy? Why do I have to put in my time to do this? It's not working for me. But then you don't have to be perfect. Make your mistakes and learn from them. So that is one way to overcome procrastination. Just leave the fact that you need to be perfect. It's not necessary. Nobody is perfect, my darling. Accountability is very, very important if you want to overcome procrastination. If you do not hold yourself accountable, if you do not have friends that hold you accountable, maybe mentors, maybe your parents, your siblings, anybody who is holding you accountable for all the goals that you've set to achieve at a particular time, then forget about it. It won't work. You need to hold yourself accountable and say, I don't want to suffer the consequences of this if I don't do this. Right? So you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to also have friends that hold you accountable for when you're supposed to do something and you don't do it. I'll give you an example. My best friend, for example, she goes to the gym almost every day, and I don't. I'm not really a gym. I don't have the energy to. But then she holds me accountable. She's like, whenever I tell her, babe, I don't really like how this part is. It doesn't feel. She said, I told you to get ready and go to the gym, and you refused. She's holding me accountable for my actions, because I have already told myself that I want to go to the gym, right? So why am I not doing it? And why am I complaining? So you need to hold yourself accountable. Know that for whatever it is that you decide to do that you don't do or you delay, there is always going to be a consequence, a negative consequence. And when it backfires at you, you need to hold yourself accountable. So by the time you know that you want to avoid that negative consequence, that you don't want something to, spoil, that you don't want something to get bad, you don't want to ruin your plans, you want to make sure that, okay, this year, this and this are what I want to do, and I have to achieve it. You have to hold yourself accountable, because nobody else can motivate you like yourself. Nobody. Even though you have friends that might still hold you accountable, blah, 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 but it is still a personal decision. So holding yourself accountable, knowing the negative consequences that are attached to you procrastinating, it'll help you a lot overcome procrastination. You need to learn from your failures and celebrate your achievements, right? I already said that in the previous points, that there is no way you will not make mistakes or maybe be perfect at everything. So practice that habit of learning instead of castigating yourself or, putting yourself in doubt, being depressed because you've not been able to achieve something that you've set aside to do for yourself. Learn from your failures. Make it a habit that, okay, this didn't work, fine. This and this is what I learned from it. I should not do this way. I shouldn't have done it this way. I shouldn't have spoken to this person. I shouldn't have brought in money first before advice. I shouldn't, things like that. We all learn every day. And trust me, it's all a process. Everything you want to do in this life is a process. So by the time you do it and make mistake, you won't do it another time. When that same opportunity presents itself, you would learn not to do the same things that you did that cost you so much. So learn how to learn from your failures and celebrate your achievements. A win is a win. No matter how small this victory is, even if you have lost just 1 kg, celebrate yourself. I didn't say celebrate yourself and I'm going to eat more. No. Celebrate yourself like telling yourself that, okay, I was able to do 1 kg today. Tomorrow I could do 2. Next tomorrow I could do 3, right? Celebrate your small wins. Even if you are sent out your CV to like 1,000 companies and then one person responds, it's a response, right? It might not be a positive one, but at least you got a response. Some people will send out CVs for a long time and they never get any response at all. So a win is a win, no matter how small it is. Learn to celebrate yourself. Learn to give yourself a pat at the back. Because if you're waiting for people to do it for you, they might not. Give yourself that thumbs up. Look at yourself. Look back and say, okay, there's progress. At least where there is progress, it's a good sign. So learn to celebrate your small wins. It is very important. It encourages you. It makes you, motivated to do more. And that way you don't procrastinate. You don't go back and start saying, I want to lay back and not do this. Because you know that if you're able to achieve this, you're celebrating it. So it will motivate you to do more. You know what I'm saying? So please learn from your failures and try to celebrate your small wins. Now, the last tip would be for you to cultivate a growth mindset. You need to know that in life, you keep growing. You cannot be stagnant. You need to know that, okay, this year, I want to be here. If you are driving a Corolla this year, I want to drive an SUV in the next 2 years, right? You need to have this thing in your head that you need to grow. You cannot remain the same place where you were last year. I want you, when you look back at yourself, when you look back over the years, you can say, yes, I'm making progress. I'm not where I used to be. I used to live maybe in a self-corner in a 1-bedroom before, but right now I live in a 2-bedroom. That's an achievement. There is growth, there's progress. So if you're growing, you can be seeing the future, right? You will persevere, you want to do more because you know that, 3 years ago I wasn't here. Right now I'm here. That means in the next 3 years, I can do better. I can leave this place that I'm at and be at somewhere better. So just have this growth mindset in your head. If you always see yourself as a failure, if you always see yourself like you're not growing, like you're not doing well, there is no way you progress because then you're not motivating yourself. But you need to look at yourself and say, yes, I am growing. I am doing better. I'm not where I used to be. That is one thing that would help you overcome procrastination a lot. This should have even been my first tip, to be honest. This should have been my first tip. Growth mindset changes everything. Your mindset is what motivates you to do whatever it is you want to do in life, to be honest. If you see yourself as someone who is a failure, who can never do well, trust me, you will never do well. But if you see yourself that you want to do well, you will do everything, no matter the obstacles that come. You keep motivating yourself, you keep pushing. So learn to develop or cultivate a really good growth mindset. Guys, I hope you learned a lot from this video. I finally come to the end. Please feel free to share your struggles with procrastination, any other ideas that you have, the reasons why it happens to you. I'll be there to respond. We're sisters, we do this thing. Now, this YouTube is our thing, right? So feel free to share how you feel, whatever you think about this video. But that's it for me today on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Do have a blessed day. Bye.